Hello everyone, this is Lying Figure, and we're back here again playing Silent Hill 3. We are in the subway. This is where we came from after we talked to Douglas. Now I'm just going to show you what it says when I try and go up here. I've got no use for that place anymore. I'd rather get back home on the double. So let's do what Heather says and get home on the double. So this subway, I'm going to break my promise a little bit in. Because I'm not going to show you the entire thing. It's pretty sprawling, it's pretty, it's just absolutely full of stuff. It's just huge. It's actually not full of stuff, it's just huge, honestly. We won't actually miss anything, except for, you know what, we won't miss anything at all, now that I think of it. So don't worry, we're not going to go to a few certain platforms, but trust me, you are going to see the entire game, so you're not going to miss any lore or any trivia or even really any new environments. So we're in the subway here, and we're just running around to show you all these gates are completely locked, and we're not really sure what to do. All we know is that we need to head home. Well, we can get some directions from Heather herself if we check out one of these maps and we see what it says. There's a subway map here, but even without looking at this, I still know my way home. I just need to get on the Bergen Street train at platform 3. So in the film Jacob's Ladder, which influenced Silent Hill quite a bit, Jacob returns home from the war, from Vietnam, and he actually has to get on Bergen Street platform in the subway to get home, and so that's a reference to that. We have to take the same way. Now before we head through the turnstiles, which are over here, we're going to look at these ticket machines. I can't get a ticket even when I put in money. This ticket machine is broken, so that's not of interest too much, but as you can see here, wait, is this a change machine? It's a change machine. That's the last thing I need. Fair enough. But you can see there's a newspaper up here, so let's give it a read. There's a newspaper left on top of the ticket machine. Fatal accident at Hazel Street. At about 11 p.m. on the 4th, a man waiting on the platform at the Hazel Street station fell onto the tracks and was decapitated by the arriving St. Renata College-bound train. The victim died instantly. While police have not yet determined whether the death was an accident or suicide, witnesses report that the victim did not look inebriated and seemed to jump off the platform deliberately. The victim's identity is still unknown. He was approximately 40 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, and was wearing a black jacket. This newspaper is 4 months old. What's it doing here now? So this newspaper will be of interest pretty soon, but you notice it says St. Renata bound train, and St. Renata is the female form of St. Renatus, and St. Renatus, his name means born again, kind of goes with the theme of the gods, the cult's god and the town in this game when they're trying to rebirth the god and everything. So rebirth, the cycle of life, being born again, just a little nod to that. So let's head over to the turnstiles here. I can't go through because I don't have a ticket, but it looks like I could get in from the opening on the right side. Well, I could hop over too, but that wouldn't look too graceful. Heather is so cool, man. She's just so cool. Can we interact with this? Nope. So, I want to show you this, which is really cool. Not this, or this, but it's in this booth here. We can't get inside here, but if you do have a good eye, you can look inside there, directly in front of Heather inside the booth. There's a door, and above the door is a clock, and to the left of the clock there are 2 framed photos. One looks to be of some grates and fencing, and the other's a big, well, just a big hole, kind of. It's a big opening, a tunnel. And what these are photos of the Lying Figure encounter from Silent Hill 2. I'll show you a photo here that you can tell more easily. But that's what those are. And if you actually walk through here and turn around, you can see that again inside there they are above the door on that side too. So it's pretty cool that you can see that. I've always thought that was just awesome. So we're going to go here. The camera angle is going to implore us to pick up this map. So we will. We will pick up the map. And map of the subway. And the subway looks looks simpler than I was implying, than I was making it sound like. But if we look, we'll see it's got a lot of floors, a lot of platforms, and we don't want to waste our time going to every single one and all that. So we won't worry about that. We will just go the right way. What does this say? Obdurtis, living up to their name. Not only living up to their name, not only are they okay, but they also have a new album out. Comic Designs Record Shop. DS20 Media World Shop. Well, that's pretty neat, I guess. So we gotta head this way. And head down here. And we'll look here. And we found another save symbol, the halo of the sun. I've seen this pattern somewhere, and not just now either. A long time ago. When was it, and where? And why does my head hurt so much when I try to remember it? Well, go on to the save screen, we can see here. I actually did play the game up to a point. I tried to record, but the frame rate was so low. I played for literal hours, and it didn't help much. So what I did was I sped run up to this point, and I started recording again, which is as soon as the subway started is where I started recording. So we're actually going to record for quite a few hours today, just for fun, just to catch up and to go a little ahead, just because it's fun to me. And whoa, that's a cool red glow. There were a few things I captured in my while I was recording the stuff that I can't use because the frame rate was so low, that I'd love to show you. Hopefully I can recreate it on this playthrough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to reload that save that you saw there when I get to that point, because since I sped run, I didn't pick up many supplies at all or many items at all, and I would like those, and I have them all in that save, so that's what I'm going to do. So don't worry, no cheats. So before I go the right way, we're going to go this way, because I want to show you something pretty cool. And if you saw the platform up there, it said right there, St. Renata College to platform 4. So this is where the paper was talking about, and we find a book on the floor, and let's read it. I read this a long time ago. It's a nothing little occult magazine. Seemed like a bunch of crap to me. It's not so bad if you just read it for fun, though. So excuse me while I readjust. Sitting up in my chair. The souls of those who died suddenly by suicide or accident don't realize they're dead. Sometimes they stay put and haunt that particular place. These spirits have lost their human senses and memories and can only keep replaying the pain and sadness of the moment they died. The pain can get so bad that they turn to humans for salvation, or they begrudge humans their lives. At such times they can possess humans. Places known as famous suicide spots or high accident areas are often to blame. You should be careful when approaching such locations, especially on the day or at the time the death occurred. That is, if you don't want it to happen to you, too. Ooh, creepy stuff. So let's walk down this platform, and let's take a look at what happens to us. Uh-oh. So, let's get back up here really quick. If we stay down here too long, the train will come and hit us, and it will kill us. What is that? Is that a med kit? First aid kit and a health drink. Whoa, that's really cool. So obviously that was the ghost that was spoken of in the paper. And let's explore this area a little bit. And if we run all the way down here, we'll see. It's a very creepy noise. And all we can do is run up here. So that's the creepy ghost. It has no like main story lore implications or anything like that, but it's a really cool little side item. They really put in the work on this game. There's just a lot of little side things. It's why I and most people think that Silent Hill 3 is scarier than Silent Hill 2, because there's just so many little things. And like I've said before, at the start of a playthrough, they kind of roll the dice on a lot of things, like noises that will play in different areas and certain enemies that will spawn in certain areas. And for the most part, it's the same, but there are a few little factors and things that really do change. Even on this playthrough, I've seen a lot of things that I normally don't see, to be honest. So that was a cool little scene. Let's quick save to be safe. And we'll run through here. And we'll end up here. And what is this? Well, it's a gate with a chain and a lock. The chains holding the door together, the chains holding the doors together are secured with a bolt and nut. The nut is screwed on tight, and I can't turn it with my hands. So this is a reference. I'll show you a screenshot. I would show you a clip, but last time I tried to show a clip from Jacob's Ladder, my video was unviewable unless you lived in South America because of the copyright nonsense. But this is a reference to Jacob's Ladder, in which, when he's trying to get on Bergen Street, he will encounter this gate lock, and in the gate lock, there's a chain and a nut and bolt. Now, we can actually get through this, thankfully, with a solution to a puzzle, but Jacob couldn't. He had to find a different way home. But anyways, we're going to have to run over here to find the solution to the puzzle, down these stairs. So, let's head down here, and we'll hear some dogs. Uh-oh. Let's kill them, just to be safe. So these are double heads again. And you'll see the entire train track is... Whoa. Say hello to my little friend. So I don't know if you heard that very loud growling monster noise. Now, when I actually just played through this earlier today, when I recorded the stuff that I can't use, that noise did not happen. So, again, just things all the time. This path is blocked with trash. I can't go through here. So we killed a bunch of double heads, and we can do two things. We can go downstairs here and downstairs on the other side. So let's check this side first. So this side is very unique to me. Health drink, and let's grab this. These handgun bullets. Now this path is really funny to me because, again, Heather will always say, this path is blocked with trash, I can't go through here. And if you get really close here and you look down, you can see there's some shoes and a body, and under the newspaper there's obviously somebody underneath there, probably dead. And how this game functions is, or at least how I thought it was, is when you get close to, the closest you can get to an item, then you can interact with it. But I'd always get here, which is the closest you can get to these feet, and I couldn't get her to examine it, so I thought, is Heather blind? Like, can she just not see these? And I had resolved myself for quite a while to believe that. However, in one of my more recent playthroughs, I managed to, if you stand right in this area, which is not as close as this area, but, so a little counterintuitive to me, but it still kind of works. You have to stand directly in front of it, turn a little bit to the right, and click, and you can finally see that she can in fact see it. And she says, is someone sleeping here? All this red stuff around here is blood. This guy's not sleeping. Why am I not the least bit surprised? I think that nightmare's numbed my senses a little. A dead body. I can't really do anything for the poor guy. So, she can in fact see the body. I just thought it was funny that I couldn't get her to see it for most of my playthroughs. So, if you look closely, same shoes, same jeans, as James's model from Silent Hill 2. Again, continuing the theme of all the dead bodies in Silent Hill are James. But in this game, that's not an actual lore thing like it was in Silent Hill 2. It's just probably a reuse. I think the shoes are actually a little bit different. They're a little bit wider, so maybe they did change it a bit. And if you look back there on the other side, directly in front of Heather, on the other side of this fence, or this big metal grate, you can see there's a red shopping cart back there. And it's the exact same red shopping cart that you see in Silent Hill 2 when you grab the handgun. I'll show a picture. But we'll see it better because we can get on the other side. So let's head up to the other side. And we take a left and run straight through here. And we end up down here. And this is the side that we were just looking through. And we can see here, a nutcracker. Perfect. And you can kind of see it from here, but there's the red shopping cart again, straight ahead behind the table. Pretty cool stuff. So let's head up here. And some double heads have respawned. We're just going to run past them though. We don't have to kill everything. And I want to see that even though Heather wants to go to Bergen Street, we actually will have to go through. The reason I didn't go straight there is because we can't, because it's all blocked off. It's all like there's no train there, and all the grates around it are locked. So we do have to go this way. It's a slight detour, but it will take us to where we need to go. So don't worry. So let's use the nutcracker on this nut and bolt. Should be right here. I used the nutcracker. So we opened it up and we're good to go through here. Cool stuff, huh? Alright. Okay, so let's head down here. Now, I actually wanted to pause. I actually had to cut the video there because I was interrupted really quickly. But the interruption did remind me that I should touch on two things, which is one, this is a funny picture, but if you put in the Konami code at the front, on the main menu, and then you play the game, Douglas will be in his boxers and have no shirt on, and throughout the whole game and all the cutscenes, which is pretty funny. And the second thing is that I'll show you this picture, but in certain rooms in the game, if you are the default outfit, I believe, and you stand in one place for, I believe it's 10 minutes, Heather will actually squat down and crouch down. Which is pretty funny, and most people never see it, and because I believe it only happens in a few rooms, and I'm gonna actually look into it more and see if there's a room coming up, if I can recreate it and show it to you guys firsthand. But if not, I will definitely go back and by the end of the playthrough, and I will show you a clip that I made myself of it. So anyways, let's keep going. We just unlocked the gate and we can head through here. And we'll see. There's nowhere to go. There's a big growling noise of a monster. But all we can do is head into here and this train and look around, and all we can see is this. It's a gift-wrapped box. Could it be a birthday present? No, I guess not. Nobody I know would give me something this gross. But I'll take it anyway. It should come in handy against the monsters. I got a shotgun. I guess someone left it here by mistake, but who would do that? So, just keep in mind the birthday theme of the game as we go forward. You'll see it again in the hospital in a very cool little sequence. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So we're gonna head up here. And let's grab these shotgun shells. And some music has kicked in. Why is that? Well, let's turn on our radio. And notice that there's some static pretty close by. It wasn't there before. There were no monsters down here a second ago. Well, if we walk forward, we can actually find out. Oh my goodness. There's a big fat sleeping Rosie O'Donnell here. Oh my goodness. Well, what this is it's called the Insane Cancer, and it's a giant fat enemy. It represents a few things. Its name comes from the fact that it's big, round, kind of resembles a mole, a cancerous mole, and that's why it's called that. The insane part is just for fun, but it's obviously giant, rotund, obese, disgusting, and well, let's just fight it really quickly because it's blocking the staircase up here. So now watch this. I shot it enough and it will fall down. And look at it wiggle around on the ground. But watch this. It'll actually stand back up and start chasing me. And if you keep doing that, if you keep doing this, she'll keep wiggling around on the ground and standing up to attack you. It takes him a little bit longer sometimes, but see, he'll stand up now. Huh. I guess I hurt him pretty bad. He will stand up in a minute, though. It'll take him oh, yep, there it goes. Yeah. So let's just kill him. Don't step on him. And watch this. He will slowly deflate. So that's pretty cool. So these insane cancers, again, I explained their name, but these insane cancers represent a few things. And the chief thing that most people think or that the Book of Lost Memories says it represents is the fact that much like the cult's god, it could be seen as a cancer, because no matter how much chemo you give cancer, no matter how many times you cut the mole off, it'll usually just grow back. It's very persistent as a disease. And that's why it sort of parallels the fact that the god of the town is killed, but then it will always be reborn and come back, and it'll get killed and it'll come back, just like a cancer. And so it's thought to represent kind of the cult's god in that way, but also the fact that it's astoundingly obese and everything. It's disgusting, diseased. It's kind of a big... Well, a lot of people think it represents the fact, again, with the fear of pregnancy and problematic pregnancies, childbirth, I think it represents the internal fear that so many women have, that they'll get huge and fat and so bloated and massive during pregnancy, and it's kind of that fear of complete morbid obesity and things like that. So that's kind of the insane cancer in a nutshell. Not much else to say about it. It's a really... a neat enemy, but there's not a ton of stuff behind it. They do a massive amount of damage when they actually do manage to... When they manage to hit you, they do a massive amount of damage, but they usually don't manage to hit you. They're pretty easy to dodge. So anyways, it was fun to fight you, Insane Cancer. So I'm going to do something here. If I get it, I'm going to be amazed. Let's head back up these stairs. Oh my goodness. Look at this, dude. This is so cool. So let's go to these closers so I can talk about them. Hey, buddy. So, I'm pretty amazed by this. This is really cool. I've only gotten this one other time in all my 13 or 14 full playthroughs of the game. I have I guess more than that. I have a few on PS2 too. But this is just incredible because I mean, just it's hard to describe. I'll show you the screenshot from the wiki to describe it a little bit, but no one's sure how to get these closers to spawn, and the odds of getting them to spawn are so astronomically thin that nobody can figure out if it has to do with what platform you're playing on, if it's different regions influence it, or if it's just a complete random thing. And it's really hard to replicate, and I can't believe I managed to get it again. This is really cool. And it's for some reason there are gifs gifs, however you want to pronounce it, of these monsters in the subway, but most people just can't find how to get them to show up, and they usually do not show up, even for me. So we got them to show up this time, and that's pretty amazing. Now, there's no real huge lore reason for it. It's just kind of a funny game quirk that I wanted to show you, and I'm really glad I got it the last time I recorded, and that was the first time I ever have seen it. And I'm really glad I got it this time. But you actually don't have to go this way. You actually have to go back down. After you fought the insane cancer, you want to go around this and down these stairs. Right here. But man, am I glad I got that. I thought that was, I'll never see it again. I'm really lucky. Man, that's really cool, huh? I guess maybe not to most people, but to me it's amazing. St. Renata College, this is the other side of the haunted platform. Nothing for us there, I don't think there's any supplies. But we finally have reached the right side of Bergen Street, or the correct side of Bergen Street, so we're going to head down here. And we'll see. Not really sure where to go. We can unlock this, but we don't want to head through there just yet, because there's no train here, and we need a train to get home. So what are we going to do? Well, if you walk close enough to this edge, you can see there's a red glowing door at the end of in the track here. So let's step off and let's go through that door, or try to at least. I'll turn off the flashlight so you can see it has its own bright red glow, the same glow that Pyramid Head has in Silent Hill 2. And let's interact with the door. The lock is broken. I can't open the door. And now the train horn goes, and three double heads appear. And we want to get up here quick before this train will hit us. Rip in peace, dogs. All three of them died. So this looks like our train home. So, all the way down there, a door did open up. So let's head that way to get on the train. And we unlocked this gate already, so... Oh my god, do you hear that noise? Just terrifying. So we have to go up here, and we'll come out on the other side. Now we could have come down here earlier, but there's no train, so again, no point. You couldn't go anywhere. And let's walk up to here, and we'll see there's a health drink right here. Always pick that up, even on speedruns. And we can head through here, and onto the train. Loser. What a loser Heather is. So this is really cool. I have to turn down the sound a little bit because it's pretty loud. But there's a newspaper on the floor, nothing but garbage. So let's quick save the game. So if we were to head out the back door here, you can see we're at the back of the train. This looks really cool. But let's head back on. And let's walk over here and see this halo of the sun on the ground. It's like a magic circle I remember reading about in a book on black magic. Does it seem so familiar because I read about it in that book? No, that's not it. It's not from the book, it's from that altar. Altar, what am I thinking? Now we can save the game here. In the train. So, let me show you this really cool thing, which is if we head through the next door. There's some numb bodies in here. Let's kill them. Little pussies. Oops. So, let me show you this. So we've done this, we've killed the numb bodies. Let's try and head back to the last car. Huh. It has completely disappeared. Well, I guess we have no choice but to head forward. And we'll get in this dark room. The lights are out. And let's just make sure one more time. Let's test this. The last car is gone. So, we have no choice but to keep going forward. Wait. Oh well. So, we'll see here our first appearance of... Whoa, he's getting too close for comfort here. The first appearance of the massive numb body compared to the smaller one. And these are cool. If I can run around here and kill this one. As you can see, the size difference here very clearly. Now, the Book of Lost Memories, no developer interviews, nothing talks about the size discrepancy. So either one, there's no reason for it, and they just wanted bigger numb bodies that do more damage, or two, they could represent sort of like the Twin Feeler and the Float Stinger in Silent Hill 1. The fact that Alessa's soul was incomplete, so they needed Cheryl's soul to complete the evolution. Sort of like here, it's the union of those souls creates the beginning product and the end, which is the fully grown and completed numb body. Also, there's the idea that maybe this numb body is the father or mother of the smaller one, and it's the continuing that theme of motherhood. So who knows, but just a neat detail. So let's keep moving. This cart's all bright. Let's grab these shotgun shells and a first aid kit. And head in here. And nothing in here. Just a bunch of random graffiti. None of it says anything. And we see another big insane cancer here. Hey, buddy. He's like, I'm back. It's Joey's World Tour. Sorry, Joey. We had to put you out of your misery. I think we can kit this over and over. Whoa, it got up. Can you see it? Oh my goodness. I've never seen that happen before. I kicked him like 4 times. So let's make sure he's done for. Yep, there he goes. He deflated. Oof. Joey was out for blood. Garbage on the floor here. It's not worth my time. Fair enough. So let's keep heading forward. I don't think we're gonna miss anything. And finally, we've reached the final car, excuse me. And Heather falls over like a loser. Bozo. So, let's, can we go this way? The doors are shut tightly. I can't pull them apart either. So we can't head back. We'll have to get off the train here. But before we do that, let me just take a look at this. So let's step off the train real quick. And you'll see there's no car ahead of this, which is strange because most trains have a conductor. But of course they put in the work and they actually let Heather point that out here. This must be the first car. I can't see the next car through the frosted window. All I see is the track. Wait a minute. There's no place for the conductor, so how does it run? Or did the car before it already go on ahead? I didn't hear or feel it if it did. Anyway, it's obviously pointless to stay on this train any longer. The doors won't open, besides there's no conductor's seat beyond here. So, I mean, they really did put in the work and attention to detail. They didn't have to do that. They could have just put in a car ahead of it, or they could have just ignored it, but they make sure to point out that there's no reason this train should be moving or should be existing, and just to creep you out. So, this is probably a good place to stop for now. This is the end of episode 3, and I hope you have a great day.